Now, I don't know if it's just me, but something tells me that Brittany and Devonta's relationship was a scheme that Todd set up. Hey you guys, I am back with another YouTube video, and today I am going to be talking about Devonta's ex speaking out about, Devonta. I was about to say Brittany. I didn't mean Brittany, but I also want to talk about my thoughts on Brittany that may be related to, Devonta's ex. And apparently, Devonta's ex saying, he was, cheating a lot. He was seeing multiple girls. He was flying all over. He was basically homeless with Alex, sharing a place with Alex, and only letting this girl, only letting her come to his house, Alex's place, when Alex was out of town. It's a lot to discuss. So basically, Devonta was like a Tyler 3.0. Devonta was basically a deadbeat. But what also shocked me was that he never really cared for this ex, just like he never really cared for Brittany. And I'm wondering, is all this ex baby mama drama not even real? Is the ex lying too? Because something's telling me that Devonta went on this show for the brand deals, for the clout. And I just feel like that Love is Blind has become a show where everybody is using the show for the brand deals, which, okay, I get it. Love is Blind has become big certain seasons. Season 6, a lot of the cast members got a bunch of brand deals and money to bring home to their families, and even season 1, when the first season 2, Natalie and Deep, they have a whole podcast that's generating income. They even have they've made $500,000 each from brand deals, just from being on Netflix, just from being on Love is Blind. So it's I get it. If you're lucky on a show like Love is Blind, you're gonna get a bunch of followers and you're gonna get a bunch of brand deals. So I get it. I genuinely get it. But at the same time, I'm Love is Blind, nowadays it's not, which is kind of sad to me. So I hope that the show could pick back up and the show could start giving people followers, because I do like it when only women become famous from Love is Blind, and some men who are genuine become famous on Love is Blind. But however, I just don't think that reality television is for everyone. And I feel that for some people, it's okay to just make your own content when it comes talking about reality television. And you could get brand deals just by being a talker when you talk about TV on TikTok, or just if you really want to make money from reality television, talk about the shows rather than going on the shows. And because even when you go on this show, you're only going to get a check ranging from $8,000 to $10,000, which to me as a college student is a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I would honestly do the show, but I wouldn't get married just for a check like that. Today, if I were to get casted. But at the same time, it's just it's giving that Devonta went on the show for clout. But I really just her ex speaking. I did believe the ex now, but it really shows that Devonta was never a good man, period. And Brittany, I feel now in this day and age today, she's seeing that Devonta was never a good man. And allegedly Devonta has a baby coming on the way, and he's going to be announcing that at the reunion. And honestly, I'm bro, what are you doing with your life? I feel that this guy Devonta is just woman centered. I'm you got a child for what? You got a child for what? This ex is speaking about how you were basically homeless. And it honestly shows that you don't like Brittany, because the ex was even being like, yeah, this guy really was anti-black. And Devonta judged this ex, Taylor, for working at Chili's. I didn't understand that because honestly, I thought like jobs like Chili's retail were fun jobs. Like Chili's, you make bank, okay? Just from tips alone. Like people live off of being a server. People live off of, whatchamacallit? People live off of like being a bartender, okay? I know people who literally will take home $3K for the night, coming home from being a bartender. So Devonta judging this girl about being a bartender is giving that Devonta, he doesn't have a job either. Devonta is just like Alex. There you go. There you go. And Devonta and Alex, and also Tyler from season 7 with the who had like, you know, the sperm donor, whatever you call it, the sperm donor babies, is also like birds of a feather. Like the three of them are just birds of a feather and like one of the biggest villains. Like Devonta is getting up there when it comes to biggest villains of Love is Blind. Now, my MacBook is dead, so I can't really watch over the Reality Receipts interview that Taylor was on talking about Devonta, but all I could say is that Devonta also threatened to sue Taylor if like she continued talking about him and talking about like, you know, the situation with him, like, you know, her relationship with him, and how like, you know, her seeing him go on Love is Blind really triggered her because she thought that like, you know, she was done with Devonta as an ex, but then, you know, he popped right back up on a show like Love is Blind. Yes, that could really be triggering. Like, I really don't blame her continuing to talk about him, but it's like Devonta threatening to sue her. I'm just like, if he did threaten to sue her for defamation, like, he's not gonna win because number one, Taylor is the ex of Devonta, so she has the right to speak about it too. So it's just like, you know, she was hurt too, just like how Maura was hurt by Chris or like even the allegations with Steven, where Steven assaulted a girl, and I think also allegedly Steven filed lawsuit against the girl who was allegedly assaulted by him. So there's that, which he's not gonna win that. But what I also do have to say is just that when I saw this interview, I was like, wow, so this is who Devonta really is. Like, he looks really good. And I'm like, I really want to know like what he has to say at the reunion. Like, and I wonder if Vanessa and Nick Lachey bring up like, you know, his exes that he's been lying about. I really want to know if they also just give him the heat. He has a baby on the way. And I just feel like that whole time Devonta was lying just like Alex. But like Devonta and Alex are different people in like different ways. Like when it comes to Devonta, he's just not gonna say too much. He's just gonna keep it short, vague, and that's it. Alex will say a lot to make it seem like he's telling the truth. But Devonta, he's so quiet. He obviously like he doesn't like black women. He's so anti-black. He obviously was so into Ashley, and so he just keeps on, I feel like he just keeps on going around and cheating on women, which is just like, what are you doing, sir? Like, really, what are you doing? So I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I really hope this reunion like gives him some type of heat, because he really deserves his behind to be handed to him thoroughly at the reunion. And I also want to know what Brittany has to say about her being blindsided as well. And honestly, okay, at first I was being like, okay, Ashley, like, I mean, not Ashley, Brittany, you were like blindsided by this. Like, girl, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Like, girl, like, you want to be abused too. But honestly, I feel like that we should just stop giving Brittany hate for trusting Devonta, because at the end of the day, I feel like that she didn't really know about, you know, she didn't know that Devonta and her were gonna actually break up, and then, you know, he was gonna go back to like, you know, he was gonna go back to like, you know, being with a bunch of women. And, you know, she didn't know that Devonta was gonna go in a relationship and go in another relationship right after he broke up with Brittany during the show, and, you know, just kind of treat her badly. Like, Brittany didn't really know that, like, this is who Devonta is outside of Love is Blind cameras. No, Brittany didn't know, like, this is who Devonta is outside of Love is Blind cameras. So I don't know if Brittany was blindsided, but I feel like that Brittany was really like falling in love in the moment. And, you know, she did spend all this time being vulnerable to Devonta. So it's just like, why me, you know? See, like, if someone were to be so vulnerable with somebody, like, you know, you just never know what card a man can pull. So it's just like, you don't really, like, all you could do is just hope and pray that, like, this man is being the best version of himself in this relationship with you. And that's that. And I just feel like that you honestly just have to fall flat on your face to see it through, like, that this man was never really for you. So I think we should just stop the Brittany hate, because honestly, when Brittany first was talking to, like, when you talk to someone in the pods, the men are selling you a different version of themselves, okay? The men are selling you like, oh, I'm Odell Beckham. Oh, I don't know. Like, they just sell themselves as like a famous pro athlete. Oh, I'm going to sell you the world. I'm going to fly you out to London. Like, when you're in the pods with a man, especially, like, they will sell you like just over the top. They're going to sell you over the top, like, oh, I'm this over the top guy in finance, in day trading. So it's like, she didn't really know who she was going to be. But then the thing is, what I don't like is that she didn't leave when the first red flag was there. Like, Devonta decided to stay in this experiment when his grandfather died. And it's like, you know, you had somebody in your family that passed away, and you're not even putting any effort in this experiment. You didn't even get married. So it's just like, I don't know, maybe he wanted to see the experiment through. But at the same time, I honestly just feel like that Brittany was delusional, because honestly, when you first apply to a show, like, you think that you're set up to get married rather than date someone in the real world and be in a regular relationship in real life. And then next thing you know, it's like, yeah, like, when you're in a normal relationship, like, it's easy to leave, but on Love is Blind, it's like, maybe I have a chance, like, you know, be set to say yes to this person and be married in 4 weeks. And then also, there's also a video that's been surfing around that Brittany, was like saying some racist word against Asians with her father. And I think her father and her might address this at the reunion. I don't know if it's cut or whatnot, but what I do know is that Brittany is getting backlash for that video surfing around. And honestly, I'm like looking at her sideways too. She's so pretty. She is very beautiful. She's very gorgeous. So she may not have the best actions in life, but what I could say is, all I know is that Brittany is not the villain in this situation. It's Devonta. Just from that interview, like, him making it like, also, he lied about having COVID, and like, he said, like, you know, oh, the reason why I can't come see you to Taylor, the ex, is because he had COVID, which the ex said, like, you know, that wasn't true. Like, you didn't have COVID. Like, you just didn't want to see me. So basically, Devonta is avoidant. So basically, Devonta was avoiding this woman as well. So there's that. He was straight up avoiding this person. And all I gotta just say is that I'm like, then how did Brittany not see that Devonta truly did not like her? And I'm wondering, did Brittany and Devonta see? This is where I do need to hold Brittany accountable, because I'm just like, okay, did Brittany and Devonta, did they both know that like the relationship wasn't gonna work out, so they just kind of like pretended to like make a relationship work and then break up the day of the wedding and just tell Nick and Vanessa like, hey, look, I can't go to the wedding? I have a feeling that might have happened. I have a feeling that a lot of couples were really faking it at the altar. I do have a big feeling that there was like couples who just were like not even at the altar, but were just kind of just like pretending to be in a relationship and honestly just putting an act on camera to get the followers, to get the brand deals. And honestly, I don't blame them, because sometimes reality television does give you blessings. So I don't blame you guys. But at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know. Is it giving attention seeking? Now, now I want to talk about Ashley's speech at the wedding, because she also is getting a lot of backlash about her doing that long speech, and people are being like, she could have broke up with Alex before the altar, and people are being like, her political beliefs aren't this, so I'm not even gonna root for her. Like, she did not eat at all, because, and people are saying like, she did not eat because, that speech was just very performative. The speech felt very rehearsed. She did too much. People are just saying how like, it was just rude for her to like, talk to Alex like that and call him a liar just straight up like that, when she could have done it before the wedding. Here's my thing. Go get your bag, sis. Honestly, I feel like in this, like, if it was rehearsed, if Ashley did rehearse this, it's just like, go get your bag, sis, like, in a good way. Because honestly, we're women and we should really showcase that. We should really showcase. I feel like that maybe in real life, if something doesn't feel right, women should use Ashley's speech to be like, yeah, you're not my person, you're not my husband. I don't think the speech was bad. I don't think the speech was rehearsed, because I'm just like, unless she wanted a Zaynab or Deepti moment of like, I choose myself, which honestly, I feel like it's still iconic. And I feel like that Ashley speech was better than Zaynab. Like, I feel like her speech was better than Zaynab's speech. Because I'm just like Zaynab's speech, I literally just I didn't even really care for it that much. Like, it was just in the back of my head, because I was like, season 3 was really one of the worst seasons for me. Like, maybe I wasn't paying attention that season, but that season I didn't really care for, because I wasn't watching the season live with everyone else. I watched the season like a year late when it came out. And honestly, that season had just too much drama. So it was just like, I didn't really care, but I did like the Zaynab and SK drama. Like, that was interesting. But back to Ashley, and also there was tea that allegedly Ashley was seeing someone. I'm gonna just keep it like this. Ashley, because the tea is explicit, but there was tea that Ashley was seeing someone during the show and like during filming while being in a relationship with Alex. Now that, I just feel like I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But yeah, Ashley, there was tea that Ashley was seeing someone while being in a relationship with Alex, the liar, during the show. And honestly, yeah, I don't believe that tea, because it's just like, how could you pull that off? Like, and honestly, I mean, if she was, then honestly, it's fair, because it's just like, Alex lied to her the whole time. I feel like that Alex was trying to use her for her money. So she probably saw like, oh, Alex, like, this person, I'm not going to marry this person. I'm not marrying this person. So it's just like, why should I even care? And people are saying that like Ashley probably like knew it wasn't gonna work and she just did it for the fame. And honestly, I don't even care because she deserves to be famous. Like, she has the personality. She has the personality for influencing, okay, for social media, for Instagram. Like, I really cannot defend, like, I cannot defend Alex on this at all, because it's just like, I mean, it's only fair that, like, she gets, you know, she gets her revenge back by, you know, like, it's on, like, but, like, I don't know, like, I feel like that speech was iconic. That speech was really iconic. I liked the speech. Okay. I liked how her dad clocked him. People are just like, when her dad was grilling Alex, during, like, you know, that lunch or whatever like that, that's when should have been her time to break up with Alex. And honestly, all I gotta say is that some people just take it to the wedding because that's the experiment. Like, that's the experiment of the show. And maybe I'm really biased, but that's the experiment of the show. So it's just like, some people really do just take it to, they take it to, the wedding. Like, and sometimes you have to, like, go to the altar. I think, what is it, AD and Clay, I believe they had to go to the altar too, and I think they got paid extra money if they went to the altar. So I think the same thing happened to Ashley and Alex, and honestly, I would do it too. If to get a higher paycheck, I think AD and Clay, they got $16K because they went to the altar. So it's like, I would do the same thing too. Like, you could do a lot with $16K. So it's like, come on now. But honestly, that speech was iconic. People were just like, yes, she just, you know, she was just like, you know, acting all performative. And then she did that at the wedding and did that whole speech. It was mean. People are being like, she did too much. And people are just like, oh, I can't support her because, you know, I can't support her because she didn't, because of her political beliefs. Honestly, I don't think that we should bring politics into a show like Love is Blind or any TV show, because honestly, I feel like that the only time we should grill somebody for their political beliefs is on election day, when we're supposed to be voting for the person that we want to win, which is a Democrat, like, which is Kamala Harris. So I'm like, we shouldn't add politics into this either. Like, oh, I'm not going to support her because I'm going to just say that. But it's just like, I feel like, who cares on what a person believes in politically, when honestly, like, it's hard to even talk about politics in the pod, like, unless this season was really, really focused on, like, political beliefs, like season 8 and season 7, I'ma just say, then okay. Yes. That's a different story. But honestly, it's like, Alex was the villain in this. So I'm just like, when a man is like, all we could do is just blame Alex. Like, so I don't know why Ashley is getting heat when really it's Alex who's the one that's on the run. Like, Alex is really the one that is on the run. Okay. He changed his name. Okay. This guy was a man who wasn't healed. He did lie. Okay. Alex was really the villain in this because he also snapped at Priyanka. Like, there's just so much bad stuff about Alex where it's just like, how we gonna blame someone for doing a speech when Alex truly deserved it? Like, I feel like yes, Alex did go through a lot in his childhood. Yes, he did have an unfortunate soccer career. But I'm like, Alex, I also heard some tea that Alex got a D1 scholarship at Wake Forest. So it's just like, okay, he got a D1 scholarship. So it's like, I feel like that's a lot already for him as someone who talks about soccer a lot now. And honestly, I feel like it's okay for Alex to continue to talk about soccer because you sometimes live with playing a sport. Like, sometimes that sticks with you. That really does stick with you. So it's like, you can't really blame Alex about being obsessed with soccer. I just feel like that Alex needs therapy. And honestly, I feel like that Ashley doing that speech, like, she was like, hey, look, you're unhealed. You're not honest. And that's that. I'm gonna keep it a buck and I'm gonna just go. And I feel like she did her thing by protecting her peace. Like not Alex. Ashley, she really protected her peace. Like, and that's what I like. Like, she knew to protect her peace, to protect herself. And honestly, I just feel like that Alex, like, he needs to do a lot of growing before he finds someone. And I did see the reunion looks. And all honestly, Alex does look like he did level up a little bit. I'm gonna give him that. I do want to do a video maybe of reviewing like the reunion looks, but I don't know. It might just be a lot. I may just only review the reunion trailer, but honestly, I don't know if I have time to do all the reunion looks. But all I'm gonna just say is that this better be a good reunion. But yeah, I loved Ashley's speech down. She ate down. And I might actually do a reunion, like I might do reunion looks on my TikTok, which is going to be a lot in itself. So yeah, but it's like everyone's doing reunion looks, so I don't know. I want to also talk about a new show that's coming out on Netflix called Age of Attraction. That show is hosted by Nick and Natalie from the Vile Files podcast. Now, honestly, I am a little bit scared for them because their podcast got a lot of hate like these past few months and these past few years, especially with like, you know, Love Island. Like, their podcast was getting lots of hate, a lot of heat. So it's just like, I don't know how this is going to go with them dropping a show on Netflix, and which people like, the trailer came out for this show. I believe it's dropping. I don't know when it's dropping. I know it's dropping sometime. No, I think it's dropping on March 11th. The show did seem interesting. I'm gonna review it. The show, it did seem juicy, but at the same time, I'm also just like, I don't know if, I wonder if this is a way of Nick and Natalie trying to cover their reputation of their podcasts going downhill just from like the people that they've interviewed, which just didn't go well for them. They got a lot of heat for some people that they interviewed. Like, people are calling their podcast vile, which I agree. So I don't know if this show could like turn things around for them. That's why I'm kind of scared for them. I'm just like, okay, so they dropped this new show out on Netflix, but then they were getting a lot of heat on their podcast. So I'm just like, because even when the show was first being announced, there was a lot of hate comments being like, oh, you know, it's Nick and Natalie. Like, it's Nick and Natalie hosting this show. Like, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not watching it. It's going to be a bad show because it's hosted by Nick and Natalie. I'm going to still watch it now just because the trailer drew me in. But I'm like, I wonder if the heat will be off of Nick and Natalie simply because of the fact that, like, you know, they dropped this podcast, they already have a podcast. They dropped this new show, and the show did seem juicy with like interesting people. The show did seem really diverse. The show reminds me of Temptation Island. Now, Temptation Island was like a big show, so I'm like, I wonder if this show will blow up like Temptation Island. Who knows? I did love Temptation Island. Now that I think about it, the more I think about Temptation Island, I love that show down. But yeah, I really hope this is a good show. I hope to interview people from that show. But yeah, honestly, when it comes to Devonta, though, I'm gonna circle back to him. I just hope that he gets heat for the reunion. Devonta reminds me of Tyler because he has a baby on the way. There's that. When it comes to Ashley's speech, that speech was brilliant. For Alex, all I gotta say is that I just hope he changes. I hope he changes. Now, I don't know, but I really do hope he changes. But I feel like Alex does lack a lot of integrity as a person. And when a person like that lacks a lot of integrity and they know what they're doing, they deserve to be called out at this, like at the wedding. They deserve to be called out. They deserve a lecture like from Ashley. Like they deserve a lecture like that. I just feel like that Alex's lack of integrity, like I feel like he deserved that speech. And people saying, oh, that speech was too long, she did too much. Did you not see what this man did to her? Like, this man barely gave her any eye contact. This man literally is a Devonta. This man literally truly showed Ashley that he did not love her. And I think she even said, like, you don't want me to be happy, to him. And I just feel like that, she was just carrying so much. She was carrying everything inside of her, so much emotion inside of her. And she just had to call him out at the altar, which honestly he deserved, because he was playing in her face the whole wedding day. And I feel like that 80 on her season should have done the same thing to Clay. But I do like Clay, so it's just like, I don't know. But yeah. And then with this new show coming out, I just hope that this show is not boring. But this show does seem really interesting. Like it seems extremely interesting. It seems really juicy. It seems like it has a lot of drama. And yeah, I cannot wait to watch. I'm gonna have my popcorn ready. I do want to review the Love is Blind looks, but it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot to do. And I do want to review the Love is Blind reunion trailer because, oh my God, like everybody from people from past seasons came to reunion, which I honestly I really am so upset that people from past seasons came. Sorry, I also have background noise, but I don't like it how people from past seasons came to the reunion, because honestly, it's just like, what are y'all here for? Y'all were here seasons ago. Why do we need y'all as an audience? Why, except for Cameron? Like, that's really it, because he had a genuine relation. He had a genuine connection. He found someone. He's in a happy marriage with Lauren. But at the end of the day, like, nobody else should come to the reunion when it comes to past seasons, because they've already graduated from this show. Like, all we're focused on is Chris, Devonta, Alex, Ashley, Brittany, Priyanka. Okay, I want to see some tea about Priyanka, but Priyanka, not Brianka, Priyanka. But anyways, I am done with this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you guys on my next YouTube video. Bye bye.